Hi, everybody. Good morning. Yes, a little update from Israel right now. This morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock because there was a huge bombing going on. And you could hear all the explosion, and it was pretty intense. And the IDF, they did a preemptive airstrike into Lebanon because they had evidence that Hezbollah wanted to launch 6,000 missiles and bombs into Israel, including Tel Aviv and Haifa and whatever. And there were over 100 fighters, jet fighters in the sky and blowing up all the missiles and rockets there in the Lebanon. So we have a state of emergency right now for 48 hours. The airport is closed now in Tel Aviv. Some people said it's reopening now, but I have no clue if this is really happening. So when you can see on the flight app, there is no plane starting or landing, so I have no idea. And there are a lot of different numbers, how many missiles were flying and not, and whatever. They said from the Lebanon was 300 coming, and Israel was shooting 1,000, but I have no idea if this is true. So the only thing that I know was that I woke up and I heard this massive bombing. So we had no alarm sirens here in Haifa. Ships are still at the port. This is a good sign for now. I saw a lot of army ships yesterday sailing around, and I had already the feeling 2 nights ago that a massive hit will come. I could feel this in my spirit. This evil is starting. And it just began this morning. And yeah, I have no idea if this is the beginning of the beginning. And the people in Israel, they are waiting of this big start coming for weeks and months now. And I think if this would happen, it's better than waiting, So yeah, it's pretty intense because they are still in Cairo doing all the conversations about the 104 still kept as hostages. Israel think they are only 40 alive. But you never know. Just last week they rescued 6 dead bodies. And the bodies, they had the sign that they get shot. You can feel this big sadness over this country, and the economy is again going down, as it was during the Corona time, of course. And people try to live their life further. So I had a wedding going on here for 7 days now. So yesterday was the final day, and they were dancing and make music on the street here and releasing the bride, and all these things are going, and yeah. But on the other side, I did a trip with a friend here, with my Arabic friend, last week to some tourist spots. And for me, it was good because I don't hate big crowds, and there were nobody. And for the economy, it's very bad, of course. And I was also standing on the Mount of Carmel, and I was overlooking the field of Armageddon, where the last battle will took place. And it was a strange atmosphere there. The birds were still singing their songs, and the sun was shining, but you could really feel underneath, oh wow, there is evil coming, so. And yeah, I think when the IDF and when the government now decided to call out the state of emergency, this is pretty intense and pretty serious, because they know more than we. And I already saw this yesterday when the GPS is totally blocked here. So I was the whole time with my GPS in the Lebanon, in Beirut, on the airport. And from the night, I had this impression that something is coming. I was in Jordan at the airport near Amman. So I was on both airports, 2015 in Jordan and last year in Beirut. So, and when I heard yesterday, no, it was the day before, I think, that the IDF was flying attacks against Homs and Hamas, the city in the Lebanon, I was really sad because I was there. And I also have some friends there. So, and yeah, and I'm now here in Israel, and I feel like in the eye of the storm, I still feel safe somehow. And for the rational mind, I have my bunker there. It's only 2 meters far away, so one. I only have to go through the floor and then to the main floor there, and then I'm there. But that's not it. When I had a walk yesterday evening, no, the evening before, and I felt fear, not in me, but on me, So this means that was something going on in the spiritual world. And I was up the whole night and I was praying because I could feel that there is a tsunami of evil coming. And we really, really need the prayer from the world, around the world, for protection. And I still can see there is this spiritual protection shield over us, and also especially at the border to Lebanon. And these are the prayer of the prayer warriors, of course, but we need more. Please continue to pray intense, pray for protection, but also pray that this war will end. So nobody knows who is doing what, so voices are there. They are saying that the Houthis in Yemen also preparing now to join the Hezbollah. They have signed that they starting to prepare for that. If this is true, I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not a politician, or I'm also not so interested in political stuff, and I don't get all the connection with America, and there's a big connection with the election now coming up. And for me, it's really what is going on with the civilians. Of course, also with the soldiers, but with the civilians, And yeah, I can feel this evil really taking over at the moment. I know that God is the biggest one, and he will win the war, of course. But I also saw 2 days ago what can happen beside. I really have, I I got some messages from friends. They are suffering a lot, also in Germany, and I also heard about the attack in Solingen, and the attack in France, where there was a attack against a synagogue, and I know what's going on in Canada right now. They had over 100 threats against synagogues and organizations, Jewish organizations and all kind of stuff. And this is so bad. The anti-Semitism is rising like crazy at the moment. But I also saw what's happening in the UK with against the Arabic world. So, and this is the hatred. This is the hatred of the world. So, and it's spinning. And I have the impression since Russia launched the war against the Ukraine, it was like that somebody opens the bottle. You know what I mean? So, and now everybody is shooting against everybody. And nobody really knows what is really going on. And this hatred needs to stop. This hatred really needs to stop. I mean, we are all human beings, and it doesn't matter if we are man or female. This is the next thing. Afghanistan, who now released the law that women are not allowed to speak in the public. I mean, hello? So, and this is the fanatic stuff, what is really, really bad, and I don't like it. Also not in the Christian religion thing, you know. When something is fanatic, it's always bad. So, and it is some years ago that I asked Jesus, I'm a fanatic in worshiping you. And sitting with you and being with you, and I asked him, is this bad? Because fanatic stuff is always bad. So, but Jesus smiled at me and said, no, this is the only thing what is not bad. And we need that. We need to stay so close to Jesus and sit at his feet and loving him and get loved back. So there's so much demonic stuff going on right now. So I have also something going on in my own life. It was pretty intense right now for me. So I would really like that you would pray for me also for protection for demonic attacks, please. I'm not so afraid of this, you know, so, but I can see that something is going on, and this is not nice. And it feels not nice. So, especially not when you are in the middle of a war country. So please pray for that. Yeah. So, but the important thing is that we need to go to Jesus again and again and again, and we need to pray. And sometimes we don't understand what's going on. And God gave me the Bible verse 11 months ago from Proverbs 3:4-5, that I have to trust him with all my heart and don't lean on my own understanding. And I'm still doing that. So more and more and more. Otherwise, I didn't survive the situation I'm right in now. So, and sometimes we can't make sense of any what is going on in our life. And I know somebody lost a grandchild from my friends right now, and there's this question of, this makes no sense. No, also not the 7th of October makes sense. Nothing makes sense in this kind, and that there are now dying so many people in the Gaza Strip or in the Lebanon. So, but it is not, I think it's 3 days ago that I was with my friend in Caesarea Maritima, where Harold built this amazing city, so for Rome. And he was a really, really bad man. So he killed 4 of his wives and his 2 sons, and he was so bad, So, but when this would not have happened, Paul would have never been there in the prison, and Peter was there, and Cornelius was there, the first Gentile who heard the gospel. So, and God is using these kind of bad situation for the good. And sometimes we don't understand this and we don't see this, and it will maybe come out 100 years later. And I know that it is very hard to go through all this bad stuff. And when we are suffering and we are heartbroken and we can make sense of anything. But what I know through the history and through the Bible and what's going on for hundreds of years, God is using that for good. So, and this is what is standing in the Bible already when you see the revelation. Jesus is winning. He already has. He already had 2,000 years ago. And he will have the final word. Even when people are suffering. And I know, and sometimes we have no words what's going on. And I can't explain the 7th of October, and I can't say anything to my friend right now. Sorry, I received messages. I can't say a word. Sometimes it's really the only thing you can do. You can sit with the people and you can cry. This is all you can do. And this is the most important thing. I like the tradition here in the Arabic world. If there's Arabic or Jewish, maybe there's a little difference. But they are having the funeral when somebody is dying almost the same day. And then the whole community is coming together, and they are sitting together, and they are mourning together, and they are crying together. And not only for an hour of service. No, they are sitting together for days. And I really like that. Because this is what our soul needs. So, and this is totally forgotten in the Western world. And we are always looking and searching for words. When there are no words, there is a silent scream in these kind of people who are suffering so much. And the only thing we can do, sit with them and cry their tears. And I really want to encourage you to do this. You don't need words. You need your soul and the empathy for people. And this is the most precious thing you can share. Your heart and your tears with people who are suffering. So I have no idea how the situation will turn out now, what the 48 of stage of emergency will bring. Everything is now on hold. I know that. And I will let you know as far as I know what's going on. And yeah, I will now go to Jesus. Okay, I bless you from this holy land. It will be a beautiful day. We have blue sky, some clouds there. I can see a sailboat, and yeah, life is still going on. Okay, blessings to you all. See you soon. Bye.